Hey y'all! In case you're wondering why I haven't uploaded any new cooking videos in a few days, well, it's because I've been on a low-carb diet for almost a week, and I plan to stick to this diet for as long as I can. Well, at least another couple of weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks total. So far, so good. I'm doing well on it. I'm not eating sugar, and I'm not eating breads or pasta or rice, so that's a good thing, at least temporarily, because I do love food, and I'm sure you guys do too. That's why you're watching my channel. But anyway, I want to show off this delicious low-carb taco salad that I've made. And you don't have to be on any kind of diet to eat this. Anybody can eat and enjoy this salad. It's so delicious. And this comes from Suzanne Somers' Eat Great, Lose Weight cookbook, which was published, I think, in 1999 or the year 2000. But she has a lot of good recipes, and this is one of them. So I'm going to show you how to make this, and you will love it, I promise. So stick around. And one more thing before I get started, please know that this is a low-carb meal, even though Suzanne Somers' diet wasn't really a low-carb diet. I'm not going to explain the principles of her diet right now, but just believe me, this is a low-carb meal, so if you're into low-carb recipes, this is for you. Okay, the first step is to brown your ground beef. The original recipe calls for using 1 pound of ground beef. However, I am using 1.5 pounds. I'm using ground sirloin, which is my preferred ground beef. You can use ground round, ground chuck, or leaner ground beef if you prefer to. Just be sure to drain off all the grease. And I'm cooking my onion along with the beef. The next step is to add 1 small can of tomato paste. I believe it's about 6 ounces. And because I'm using 1.5 pounds of ground beef instead of 1 pound, I need to increase my other ingredients a little bit. But I don't have 2 cans of tomato paste, so I'm going to add 1 can of tomato paste. That's 6 ounces. I do have some tomato sauce on hand, so I'm going to use that as a substitute. And I believe there's about 8 ounces in a small can of tomato sauce. So I'm just going to use half a can of tomato sauce as a substitute. And I'm also going to add 1 cup of water, and if I need to add more, I will. I'm going to cook this over medium heat. And of course, you want all of your ingredients to be well combined. You want your taco mixture to look like this. Now it's time to add my spices. Because I'm using a little bit more ground beef than what the original recipe calls for, I'm going to adjust my seasonings accordingly. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Of course, you can adjust your seasonings however you wish. You can add as much salt as you like or as little as you like. It's up to you. And I'm adding some minced garlic. This is probably equal to about maybe 3 teaspoons of minced garlic. I do like a lot of garlic, so that's up to you, however much you want to add. Now I'm going to bring the mixture to a boil, and then I'm going to reduce the heat to low and allow it to simmer for 10 minutes. Once my meat has finished cooking and I'm satisfied with it, I have placed 1 serving on a pile of lettuce greens. Now I'm putting a few spoons of salsa on top of the meat mixture. I love salsa, and it is relatively low in carbs if you're on a low-carb diet, but please, keep in mind that all carbs do count, especially if you're trying to stay under 20. Just keep that in mind. Don't go overboard. And now I'm adding a little bit of sour cream. Tomatoes are a little bit higher in carbs, so I'm just using half of tomato, which I've cut into wedges. Of course, you can add whatever you like to your taco salad. I'm just making some suggestions, and this is what I like. My taco salad would not be complete without some cheddar cheese added to the top. I am grating my own cheddar cheese, and I'm using the full-fat version, not the low-fat version, because it has less carbs. Believe it or not, the low-fat version of shredded cheese usually has more carbs, a little bit more. Not terrible, but like I said, when you're counting carbs, you want to make every carb count. You don't want to waste any because you don't want to go over your limit. And there you have it, a low-carb taco salad. It's absolutely delicious, and it's sure to please anyone who loves tacos. I really do like this a lot. And by the way, what I said at the beginning of the video is wrong. This book was published in 1996. I thought it was published in 1999 or 2000, but it was published in 1996, so that's almost 30 years ago. But of course, that doesn't matter. What matters is how does it taste? It's absolutely delicious. And if you're thinking about doing a low-carb diet, if you're thinking about trying it, I do recommend this. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.